Welcome, my dear. It's so good to be here with you. Let's take a deep breath together, just gently in and out. Right now, at this moment, you are safe, you are supported, and you are seen. Whatever has brought you here today, whether it's a feeling of uncertainty, a sense of lack, or simply the need for something more, you are in the perfect place. I want to talk with you today about something very simple, yet very powerful. It may look like just a small act, but it holds within it a beautiful shift that can open new doors in your life. I'm going to invite you to drop a coin in a glass. Yes, just one small coin. And we will talk about how this small action can become the beginning of something bigger than you imagined. Sometimes when life feels heavy or uncertain, we think we need to do something big to feel better. But healing doesn't require force. Transformation doesn't need to be loud. The most powerful changes often begin in the quietest ways. A new belief, a soft breath, a gentle whisper to the universe that says, "I'm ready." Dropping a single coin in a glass can be that whisper. It's a way of saying, "I choose to show up. I choose to believe in movement. I choose to begin." You see, it's not about the coin itself. It's about what it represents. It's the energy you place into the act. It's the love, the intention, the willingness to invite something new. That one coin holds a message. I am no longer waiting. I am beginning now. There's a reason this simple action can feel so comforting. It brings us into the present. It reminds us that we are not stuck. There is always something we can do, no matter how small, to shift our state. Maybe today you felt unsure or discouraged. Maybe something in your life feels stuck, and maybe you've been waiting for a sign or a push or the right moment to take action. But here's what I want you to hear with your whole heart. The shift begins the moment you say yes to yourself, even if it's through the smallest of gestures. A coin in a glass. A new beginning. This little act brings your focus inward, back to your heart. It tells your body that you're choosing to move forward. It tells your mind that you're planting a new seed. And it tells your spirit you are supported. You are in motion. Something is changing. There's something beautiful that happens when we make space for intention. When we pause for just a few seconds each day to do something that reminds us we are in charge of our energy. That's what this is. It's a quiet reminder that you are creating, you are choosing, you are shaping your reality, one thought, one feeling, one soft action at a time. I know how it feels to want things to change so badly, but feel unsure of where to start. I've been there. I understand the ache of wanting more peace, more clarity, more freedom, and not knowing how to take the first step. But you are already taking it right now, just by being here, just by listening. That shows your readiness. That shows your courage. Healing starts when we listen. Growth begins when we choose to be present, and love flows when we soften toward ourselves. You don't need to figure everything out today. You don't need to make everything perfect. You only need to begin, one coin, one breath, one intention at a time. Let this be your moment. Let this be the soft beginning of something new. If your heart feels a little heavy, that's okay. If your mind is full of thoughts, that's okay. If you feel unsure or hesitant, that's okay. There is no wrong way to begin. You are here, and that is enough. You are opening to a new energy, and that is enough. You are making space for possibility, and that is more than enough. So as we continue together, let that small gesture, dropping a coin in a glass, be your reminder. A reminder that even the smallest action, when done with love and faith, carries great power. That's how it begins, not with pressure, not with perfection, but with a soft yes. Let's go deeper now. Let's talk about why that one small act matters so much. When we do something with intention, it sends a message, not just to the world, but to our own mind and body. It says, I'm choosing a new path. I'm making room for change. The energy around you responds to that. Your body responds to that. Your spirit feels it. And the universe begins to reflect that shift back to you in ways you may not even expect. You may begin to feel lighter. You may notice new opportunities. You may start to trust yourself more, not because of the coin, but because of the belief behind it. That's where the power is. We are often waiting for the world to change before we allow ourselves to feel better. But healing works in the opposite direction. When we shift our energy, even just a little bit, the world begins to respond. That's the beauty of this work. You don't need to wait for something outside of you to change. You don't need permission to begin. You have the power already. You are the shift. And when you start to believe that, you'll begin to see the evidence of it everywhere. In how you speak to yourself, in how you move through your day, in the way life begins to open up. So now, I invite you to create a little space in your day for this practice. It doesn't need to be long or complicated. Just a few seconds of presence. Find a quiet place. Take a coin, any coin. Hold it in your hand. And as you drop it gently into a glass, speak your intention. It can be as simple as, I am open to abundance, or I choose peace, or I allow love to guide me. Whatever feels right for you at that moment. The words don't need to be perfect. They just need to be true for you. Speak them with love. Speak to them with trust. And let that sound, that small chime, be the echo of a new beginning. That sound is not just a coin, it's your signal, it's your choice, it's your energy saying, I'm ready. You are building a bridge between your current state and your desired life. And with every little action you take, that bridge becomes stronger. The change becomes more real. The shift becomes more visible, and your heart begins to believe again. You are not alone in this. There is so much support around you and within you. There is wisdom inside of you that knows exactly what to do next. All you need to do is trust it, honor it, and keep showing up with love. One step, one breath, one coin at a time. Let's talk now about something that lives deep within many of us, often unnoticed. It's the feeling that there's never quite enough, not enough money, not enough time, not enough love, not enough worth. This quiet voice of lack can color every experience. It whispers in the background of our lives, convincing us that we have to work harder, try more, prove ourselves. But this story isn't yours. It was given to you, passed down, picked up, and it can be released. When we begin to see that these thoughts are not the truth, but just patterns, we take back our power, and that's where the healing begins. There is no shame in having lived under the weight of lack. We all have. But there is such freedom in recognizing that we don't have to live there anymore. You are not defined by those old stories. You are not trapped by those old beliefs. You can choose again. You can choose to believe in your worth, right here, right now. You are enough. You have always been enough. Your worth is not measured by what you have or don't have. It is not decided by your past or your mistakes. Your worth is whole. It is infinite. It is the truth of who you are. And when you begin to claim that truth, your entire world begins to shift. You see new possibilities. You feel more peace. You stop fighting life and you start flowing with it, because deep down, you know you are worthy of all that is good. This is where the affirmation comes in, not as a magic spell, but as a reminder, a bridge from the old belief to the new truth. You can softly repeat, I am open to receiving, I am safe to have, I am worthy of abundance. Say it slowly, say it gently, say it when you feel strong, and say it when you feel unsure. Let the words wrap around you like a warm blanket. Let them guide your nervous system back to peace. Let them create a new rhythm in your body, one of openness, one of grace, one of receiving. There is nothing selfish or wrong about wanting more peace, more ease, more joy. These desires are natural. They are your soul reminding you of what is possible. And when you honor them, you honor yourself. This doesn't mean you have to chase or force. It means you open your heart, you soften your thoughts, you allow the flow of life to meet you with kindness. Lack of contracts. Love expands. Scarcity says hold tight. Abundance says open wide. And with every gentle act of trust, like dropping a coin in a glass, you are opening wider. You are making space for miracles. You are saying yes to the fullness of life. This is your time, my dear, a time to release the old and welcome the new, a time to let go of fear and step into faith. You don't need to rush. You don't need to prove. You only need to allow. Let yourself be held by this moment. Let yourself feel the quiet power of choosing again. You are not broken. You are blooming. You are not behind. You are becoming. And every small act of love you give yourself is a message to the universe. I am ready to receive. You are doing so beautifully. Just by continuing this journey, you are already welcoming change. Let's go deeper now, gently and lovingly, into this practice that we've begun together. You see, the coin in the glass is not just a symbol, it is an invitation, a daily moment to pause and choose again, to choose hope instead of fear, to choose clarity instead of confusion, to choose love instead of lack. There is so much wisdom in simplicity, and this ritual is one of those quiet, powerful acts that can shift everything. This practice doesn't require effort. It simply asks for presence. For a few seconds each day, you come back to yourself. You bring your attention home. You hold that small coin in your hand, not as something ordinary, but as something sacred, because it is. Your intention gives it power, and when you drop it into the glass, you are releasing more than just metal. You are releasing resistance. You are sending out a signal to life itself that you are choosing a new story. Let it be gentle. Let it be soft. There is no rush here. You don't need to perform. You don't need to get it right. This is your space, your rhythm, your way. You may wish to choose a quiet time each day, perhaps in the morning as you wake, or in the evening as you settle in, or any moment in between when you feel called to pause. With each drop of the coin, take a breath. Speak something kind to yourself. It might be, I choose peace, or I welcome blessings, or even just thank you. Your words do not need to be elaborate. They only need to come from the heart. As you begin this daily practice, you may notice something happening. It may feel subtle at first, like a soft breeze, a shift in how you hold yourself, a moment of calm where there was once chaos, a quiet feeling that things are somehow working out. This is the magic of intention. When we bring consciousness to what we do, even the smallest action becomes filled with power, and life meets us there. It always does. This practice is not about money, it's about energy. It's about choosing to show up with love, even in the smallest ways. It's about creating a new rhythm for your life, one that says, I am present, I am worthy, I am choosing a life of intention. Each time you drop that coin, you are tuning your vibration. You are telling your heart, we're moving forward. You are letting your nervous system relax, knowing that something new has begun. Let's stay with this feeling a little longer. You might like to close your eyes when you do this ritual, just for a moment. Feel the texture of the coin in your hand. Feel your breath moving gently in and out. Speak your truth softly and let the sound of the coin become your affirmation. That chime is not just a sound, it is a vibration that echoes your choice. You are creating a signal of alignment, and you are doing it with love. As you continue this gentle practice, notice how you begin to meet your day differently. Notice how your thoughts soften, how your heart opens, how your choices become clearer. You are not forcing change, you are flowing with it. And that's the most powerful kind of transformation, the kind that feels natural, the kind that honors your pace, the kind that lasts. Let's talk now about why this works. Why does a small ritual like this bring about such deep change? It's because our thoughts and our bodies are deeply connected. They speak to each other constantly. When we are in fear or doubt, the body feels it. Tension rises. The breath becomes shallow. The heart feels heavy. But when we begin to think a new thought, even something as simple as, I am safe now, the body hears it, and it responds. This is not just something that happens in the mind. It happens in the heart, the breath, the muscles, the cells. Your body is always listening, always responding to the thoughts you hold. And when you choose thoughts that are loving, supportive, and true, your body begins to soften. Your nervous system begins to heal. Your energy begins to flow. This is the mind-body connection, and it is powerful. When we drop a coin with intention, we are giving the body a new message. We are saying, you are not in danger. You are not alone. You are safe to open. And the body receives that. It begins to unwind old patterns of fear. It begins to welcome in peace. This is why the ritual matters, because it is not just about what we do, it's about how we do it and what we believe while we do it. You can begin to see this shift in small ways. Perhaps your sleep becomes more restful. Perhaps your digestion improves. Perhaps your shoulders don't feel so tight. These are signs that your inner world is beginning to settle, that healing is happening, that your body is learning to trust again, all because you are choosing new thoughts, all because you are creating new energy. Let yourself feel that for a moment. Feel how powerful you are, not because you force, but because you love, because you show up, because you are willing to believe in your own healing. That's all it takes. a willingness, a soft yes, a small step, a new thought. There may be days when resistance comes up, when your mind says, "This is silly," or "This won't work," or "Nothing is changing." That's okay. Resistance is just fear in disguise. It doesn't need to be fought. It needs to be loved. It needs to be heard and held with kindness. When you notice these thoughts, just pause, take a breath, and gently say to yourself, "I hear you, and I choose love." You are allowed to have doubts. You are allowed to feel unsure. You are human. This practice is not about being perfect. It's about showing up with honesty, with heart, with compassion for every part of you, even the parts that are scared, especially those parts. Sometimes it helps to write down your thoughts. This is a beautiful way to make space for them. You don't need to judge what comes up. Just let it flow. Write about what you feel, what you fear, what you hope. Let the paper hold it for you. This is one way to move the energy out of your body, to give it voice, to make space for something new. Mirror work can be helpful here too. You can stand in front of the mirror, look into your own eyes, and speak gently. "I'm learning to trust. It's okay to begin slowly. I love you just as you are." These words, spoken with presence, begin to soften the inner critic. They create a new dialogue inside your mind, one that says, "I am safe, I am enough, I am loved." The more you make space for these practices, the more natural they become. Resistance loses its grip, fear loses its voice, and love begins to lead. Not because you forced it, but because you allowed it. You are not here to be perfect. You are here to be whole. You are not here to impress others. You are here to honor your truth. You are not here to live by fear. You are here to live in love. And every time you return to that small act, dropping a coin with intention, you are saying yes to this truth. You are choosing to trust. You are choosing to believe that change is not only possible, it is already happening. You are doing beautifully, and the journey is only just beginning. Let us keep walking gently together, one loving moment at a time. Each time you return to yourself with kindness, each time you pause to remember that you are worthy of peace, you are strengthening your inner world. And now, my dear, it's time to create something truly special, a safe space within, a place that belongs only to you. You carry it not in a room, not in a corner of your home, but in your heart, in your awareness. This space is where you can rest when the world feels loud. It's where you return when the mind gets busy or the heart feels unsure. This inner sanctuary is always here for you. To create this sacred space, begin by imagining a place where you feel most at ease. It doesn't have to look like anything specific. It could be a feeling, a light, a warmth. It could be a quiet place beneath a tree or the stillness of an early morning. Let it come to you softly. Let it be filled with colors and textures that make you feel calm, safe, and supported. This is your place, your space of healing. No one else has access to it, and you can visit it whenever you like. You might wish to close your eyes for a moment each day and go there. Just breathe gently and let yourself arrive. In this space, you are always enough. In this space, there is no pressure, no timeline, no need to perform, only love, only grace, only your truth. And from this space, you can carry a new energy into your day. This becomes your foundation, a quiet power that holds you steady when things around you shift. When you add this inner sanctuary to your coin ritual, something beautiful begins to unfold. You are not just creating peace in the moment, you are building a relationship with yourself. You begin to trust your own presence. You begin to listen more deeply, and you realize that what you've been searching for outside has always been waiting for you inside. Each time you drop the coin, you can enter this space. Each time you speak your intention, you are speaking from the truth of this sanctuary. That is why it works. That is why the shift begins. Because you are connecting with the deepest part of you, the part that knows you are whole. And now, let us talk about something very tender and precious: faith in the invisible. There will be moments when things feel quiet, when nothing seems to be happening, when the world around you doesn't yet reflect the inner changes you're making. But I want you to know, just because you can't see it doesn't mean it isn't working. Some of the most powerful transformations happen silently beneath the surface, like seeds growing roots in the dark soil before they ever reach the light. You may not always see the results of your intention right away, but the energy is moving, the shift is underway, and the universe is responding in its perfect time and way. Your job is not to control how it comes. Your job is to stay open, to stay present, to keep choosing love even in the waiting. This is the dance of trust. This is the sacred pause where faith is built. You are not waiting for life to rescue you. You are co-creating with it. You are meeting it halfway, and with each gentle step, each coin, each breath, each word of kindness, you are telling life, I am ready. And life is always listening. You may not see it today, but something is aligning, something is unfolding, and you are a part of that miracle. If doubts arise, let them be. They don't mean you failed. They don't mean it's not working. They simply mean a part of you is scared, and scared parts deserve love, not judgment. Hold them with compassion. Speak to them gently. Say, I see you, but I choose to trust anyway. That is how you lead yourself forward. That is how you stay open to the invisible. Faith is not about pretending to be certain. It's about allowing yourself to believe, even when things are unclear. It's about showing up again and again with an open heart. That is the most courageous thing you can do, and you are doing it right now. You are saying yes to something greater, something wiser, something beautiful, and that yes will carry you. You are learning to see wealth and energy in a new way now, not as something outside of you, something to chase or earn, but as something that flows through you, something you are already connected to. Money, like all forms of energy, responds to openness, to love, to tell the truth. When you begin to relate to it with peace instead of fear, everything changes. You don't have to force wealth to come. You don't have to hustle or struggle. You only need to align with its frequency, to treat it like a friend, not a stranger, to welcome it gently, just as you would welcome love. That is what your daily ritual is doing. You are inviting energy in. You are saying, it is safe for me to receive. It is safe for me to have. And the universe responds to that softness. The old story says you must prove your worth. The new story says you already are worthy. The old story says you must struggle to earn. The new story says you are supported by life itself. You can feel the difference, can't you? One feels heavy, tense, exhausting. The other feels spacious, light, freeing. Choose the story that brings you peace. Choose the truth that feels like love. Let these affirmations guide you. I am a magnet for all that supports my joy. I welcome wealth in all its forms. I allow life to bless me now. Say them when you feel clear. Say them when you feel shaky. Say them until they begin to feel like home. You are not trying to make something happen. You are simply letting go of what blocks the flow. And remember, it's not just about money. Wealth is the fullness of life. It's the peace in your breath, the joy in your relationships, the safety in your heart, the ease in your body. When you live in alignment, all forms of wealth begin to show up, and you are learning how to live in alignment, one loving moment at a time. Let's take a deep breath now, my dear. You've come so far. You've opened your heart. You've listened with such care, and you've said yes to something new. This is the beauty of your journey. You didn't force it. You didn't rush it. You simply allowed yourself to begin. One coin, one breath, one intention. Let this be your encouragement. You are already in motion. You are already shifting. You don't need to fix everything at once. You don't need to know the whole path. You only need to keep showing up with love. Keep choosing your truth. Keep returning to that quiet place inside that knows you are safe, knows you are held, knows you are enough. If ever you feel lost, come back to the sound of that coin. Come back to the soft chime of your own intention. Come back to the breath. Come back to the love. That is where the shift begins, and it is already unfolding. So as we close our time together, I invite you to speak one more affirmation with me. I trust the process of life. I am safe to receive. My journey is unfolding in perfect time. You are doing beautifully, my dear. Keep going. The shift is here, and it begins with you.